You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Seth Peterson.
Hi, I'm Tippi Hedren.
I'm Rhonda Schwartz.
I'm Doris Roberts.
This is Jessalyn Gilson.
Hello, I'm Victor Webb.
Hi, this is Charlotte Ross.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr.
What's up, you guys? This is AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Hi, this is Shannon Elizabeth, and you're listening to Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets.
And you're listening to Talkin' Pets.
Talking Pets.
Talkin' Pets.
With Jon Patch.
Jon Patch.
You're listening to Talkin' Pets with Jon Patch.
Hello, America, and welcome to Talkin' Pets with your host, Jon Patch. Join Jon and his expert guests with all of your pet questions, concerns, comments, and stories. Now it's time for Talkin' Pets with your host, Jon Patch.
And welcome to Talkin' Pets, heard coast to coast on your favorite radio station. This is Talkin' Pets, and I'm Jon Patch. Joining us is veterinarian Dr. Jared Lazarus, here to answer your medical questions and your behavior questions about your pets. But we have some special guests joining us in this hour. First off, we have joining us the Dolphin in the Mirror, the author Diana Reiss. And then after Diana, joining us is the CEO of the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee, Mr. Rob Atkinson. The show is produced by Miss Amanda Page.
Hey there, Johnny boy.
Hi, Mandy.
Hey.
And also Mr. Matt at Business Talk Radio Network. So when you call in at 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255, you'll speak with Matt, and he'll put you on the air with us. Once again, this is Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch. Don't go away. Give us a call. 866-606-TALK. 866-606-8255. This is Talkin' Pets.
We still can't see, it's up to us.
Dr. Diana Reiss is a professor in the psychology department at Hunter College and in the biopsychology and behavioral neuroscience program of the Graduate Center, City University of New York. She directs the dolphin research program at the National Aquarium in Baltimore. She is also on the adjunct faculty in the Department of Ecology, Evolution, and Environmental Biology at Columbia University and served as a member of the Animal Welfare Committee of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Her research focuses on dolphin cognition and communication, comparative animal cognition, and the evolution of intelligence. She has authored papers published in numerous international scientific journals and book chapters, and her work has been featured in many television science programs. She lives in New York City with her husband and daughter. We welcome onto the program the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror, Diana Reiss. Hi, Diana. How are you?
I'm fine, John. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you today.
It's great to have you on with us, and of course, I don't know of too many people out there that are not, but like myself, I am a huge fan of dolphins.
Well, that's great to hear. Hopefully we'll have lots to talk about today.
I want to introduce you firsthand to Dr. Jared Lazarus.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Jared.
And also our producer, Amanda Page.
Hi there.
Hello.
You know, it's funny because before we started the show, Diana, we were talking about your book, The Dolphin in the Mirror, and our producer, Matt, who actually hooked you up on the air with this, had said, boy, I wonder if she's familiar with Flipper. You're quite familiar with the television show Flipper, aren't you?
Well, I am familiar with it, and in my book I actually talk about the fact that although I was familiar with it, I actually preferred Lassie when I was growing up because I was never really involved that much in dolphins or knowing much about dolphins until I got a bit older and started reading about their beautiful minds and how little we really knew about them. But thinking about these animals is big brains, these minds in the waters, and I wanted to learn more.
Now, your book is published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, correct?
Correct.
And it's available, I would imagine, in bookstores and online?
Yes.
Okay, so they can get it there. That's great. And I know we're going to be giving away a couple of books. So if you have a question about dolphins, Diana Reiss is the expert of all experts here. So give us a call at 866-606-TALK. That's 866-606-8255. Pick up the phone, give us a call if you've got a question for Diana Reiss. And once again, like I said, she is the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror. I got to ask you, the title of the book, The Dolphin in the Mirror, you do talk about how dolphins recognize themselves. The other day I had my cat in my arms, and I was in the hallway, and I was looking in the mirror with my cat, holding my cat. She had, no clue, I don't think, of what was looking back at her. But dolphins do, correct?
Absolutely. In fact, we showed this back in 2001, that if you put a mirror in front of a dolphin and let them have an opportunity to learn about how to use a mirror, they show real similarities to the kinds of behaviors we show and that apes show. You know, we used to think we were the only creatures on this planet that could think. We figured that out and realized that certainly we're amongst many thinking other animals, as we know now. But with mirrors, that was something, again, we thought was uniquely human. But again, dolphins can do this. And not only do they understand it's themselves, that that's their face in the mirror, but they're really interested in watching themselves do different things, doing different kinds of behaviors, looking at parts of their body they can't see without the mirror, much of the way we do.
I got to ask you, too, I mean, you have been kind of quoted as the dolphin whisperer. Is that correct?
I heard that. I don't know where that came from exactly. I try to understand dolphins. I try to watch, listen to them, and let us show us what they're capable of. That title came from somewhere. I'm not sure where, though.
I got to ask you, too, in terms of intellect, humans are supposedly on the top of the chain there. Where do dolphins kind of fit in compared to, like, maybe chimpanzees?
Yeah, that's a hard question. When we get into who's smarter, I think it's perhaps that's not the way to think about it. Perhaps we should think about these animals, dolphins and chimps and elephants and humans and dogs and cats, living in a world where they have certain challenges. How do they deal with these things? It's important to think of the animals in terms of their world, not thinking about what an elephant is compared to us. However, having said that, we do certain kinds of comparative tests where we ask questions like which animals can recognize themselves in a mirror, because it does take a certain kind of intelligence. Which animals can understand the use of symbols, like on keyboards, or which animals can learn artificial languages. And those are different questions. It tells us about the different kinds of intelligences, the different kinds of abilities. So as far as dolphins are concerned, they're way up there in terms of the kinds of things we do. But again, we have to be careful because animals can be intelligent in their own ways, in ways that we're not.
I got to ask you, too, I mean, if you're studying dolphins and their behavior and all, and the intelligence of them, how do you do that when the oceans are so vast? Mm-hmm. How do you do that?
Well, most of my work's been in aquaria, and I do field work now. We have actually a field site in Bimini in the Bahamas and in Belize where we record dolphins' behavior and vocalizations. But often, it can take hours or days to spot dolphins. I mean, often we get lucky and we see them right away, but it's very hard to track them for long periods of time and to do experiments with them in the sense of how do you get a dolphin in the wild to work with you for a long period of time where you can do careful experiments or observations with them. And I'm talking about experiments where they're participating with you. You give them a mirror and see what they do, or you give them an underwater keyboard and see how they interact. These have to be very carefully controlled experiments so we really do understand what they're doing. And that's a challenge in the wild. I wish we could do lots more of these things in the wild, but it's not very easy. And also you have to be concerned with not, interfering with what animals are doing in their own world, because sort of to introduce sounds to animals in the wild could be a problem.
Diana, don't go away. We're going to take a little break. We're going to continue on with Diana Reiss, the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror. You can find the book in bookstores. You can find it, of course, online as well, like Amazon and all the other ones. But if you want the first call to come in to Matt right now, our producer at 866-606-TALK, is going to get a complimentary copy of the book, The Dolphin in the Mirror, compliments of Diana Reiss. 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. Call right now, and the book is automatically yours. 866-606-8255. The book is put out by Houghton, Mifflin Harcourt, and like I said, you can find it online, and of course, you can find it in bookstores. But right now, the first call is yours. 866-606-8255. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
Pick up the phone, give us a call if you've got a question or a comment. 866-606-TALK. This is Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
The Boo Boo Loon Pet Recovery Collar is an innovative inflatable product that comfortably restricts pets from harming most surgical wounds, skin disorders, and obsessive licking or scratching. It's the humane alternative to the hard plastic cone and other devices. The Boo Boo Loon is easy to use and designed to be soft, fully adjustable, and pillow-like, allowing for unrestricted vision and complete freedom of movement. Sizes range from extra small to extra large. So join the Boo Boo Lution. Become a Boo Boo Buddy on Facebook or check out boobooloon.com. BOOBOOLOON.com.
Is the coast clear?
Yes. Let's go.
Petco.
Are you sure they went to Petco?
Where else would they go?
Oopsie.
Hey, calm down.
I smell presents.
Go to PetLifeRadio.com/Petco and get up to 40% off hundreds of holiday items at Petco. PetLifeRadio.com/Petco.
Uh-oh, step on it.
Okay.
Oh, not on my tail.
Petco, where the pets go.
Aquariums and pond keeping are among the most popular of all hobbies in the United States and throughout the world. In fact, fish are probably the most numerous pet in people's homes and in their businesses. In Aquarium Mania, we'll learn more about the secret and not so secret life of fish and other inhabitants, the basics of good aquarium keeping, the complexities of the aquarium industry, and the science and art that surround this fascinating hobby. I'm your host, Roy Anong, and I'd like to thank you for joining us. Aquarium Mania.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's the time for play. It's a whipped cream day. I wait for it the whole year round. Those are marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen tree. And the sun is red like a pumpkin head. It's shining so your nose won't freeze.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
866-606-TALK. 866-606-8255 is the number to call. And we're going to give away another book. So if you call right now, The Dolphin in the Mirror is yours. 866-606-TALK. Just call Matt and tell him you want the book, and it's automatically yours. Compliments of the author, Diana Reiss. 866-606-8255. Call right now and the book is yours. We're speaking with Diana Reiss, of course, and she, like I said, she is the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror. I got to ask you, Diana, with everything that you've done working with dolphins and all and writing this book, you also worked with that film, The Cove, didn't you?
Yes, I wanted to share what we knew about this terrible situation where dolphins are getting killed in this one small cove in Taiji, Japan. And with everything I knew, having worked closely and personally with these individual dolphins with individual personalities, I felt it was critical to write this book at this time to get the world to share with me this passion to stop this killing.
It's amazing, I mean, for the love of the dolphins that we have. They're such beautiful creatures. I mean, you look in their eyes, and it's like you see the history of time.
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, these animals are highly intelligent. When you ask me, how does their intelligence stack up with other animals? I mean, clearly they're intelligent. They're emotional animals. They have complex social, these societies in the seas, and they really need global protection. And again, when you see them in these social groups in the seas, you see this complexity. We're learning about this in our science. We've got 50 years of great science saying these animals are sentient. They need protection.
Once again, the number is 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. Call right now, and you're going to get a copy of the book, complimentary, from Diana Reiss, The Dolphin in the Mirror. Also, we've had Temple Grandin on the show with this. We've had Jane Goodall on the show with this. And they've kind of struggled as being a woman out there, advocating for animals. Do you find that coming across as you doing it for dolphins?
Well, I don't feel like I'm struggling necessarily as a woman. I think the question is, as a scientist, how do we speak out and maintain our scientific credibility? And when I was growing up, I was always told, don't get involved in politics. Don't get involved in advocacy. Don't step in that ring. But I think it's important for scientists to have a voice in shaping policy. We got to get our science out there and inform how we treat animals. So in our country, we're really lucky. We've let science guide the protection of dolphins, and dolphins are really protected in this country. But it's not the case in other places. So I'm very happy and proud to be able to get out there. And many, many of my scientific colleagues and lots of environmental groups have joined forces, and we're all trying to do this together now.
We have a complimentary book going out to Scott in Oregon, so congratulations, Scott. You're getting a copy of The Dolphin in the Mirror. We have another book to go out, 866-606-TALK. Call right now, and the book is yours. 866-606-8255. Diana, before we say goodbye and all, I got to hit you with this loaded question.
Okay.
Which seems to be very controversial back then and today especially. I mean, what do you think about, for zoos or theme parks or aquariums having dolphins on display there? I mean, what do you think? What's your theory on that?
Well, I know it's a debate, and I think it's a healthy debate. I think at this point, there are animals that have been raised in aquariums for a long time, and I think that these animals have to be cared for. I'm not sure what the future should be. I'd love to see sanctuaries eventually for animals, much like we're doing with elephants, but I think we have lots to learn from these animals, and I think we have to continue to study them and to get that information out for further protection. My deep concerns are for the thousands of animals every year that are getting killed in these dolphin drives in Japan and in the Faroe Islands. And I think that's where our view should really be focused right now, our concerns, because they're animals whose lives are in peril right now. Dolphins in aquariums, in fact, in the aquariums in this country and several other countries are treated very well, and they have good veterinary care, and they're living enriched lives. That's not the case in all aquariums. For example, in Asia, there are aquariums where they're continuing to take from the drive, and we've been speaking out against that. But I think we need to join forces and stop the killing in the world, and I think we can do a better job protecting these guys.
Diana, I have a quick question. How do you exactly assess that a dolphin could recognize himself or herself in a mirror? It's just curiosity from
good question. So we use a particular approach where we expose dolphins to a mirror, we give them a mirror, and we just let them get used to seeing themselves with, and they're fed, and it's just sort of a toy for them. And then we look at their behavior. They basically show 3 stages. First, a dolphin that's never seen a reflective surface may react as if they're looking at another dolphin, and they show social behavior, or they try to look behind the mirror. We call that exploratory behavior or social behavior. Then they show a second phase that we talk about as contingency testing. It's kind of like when Groucho, in the Groucho skits, where he's moving in these sort of odd, repetitive movements to see if that reflection is him or someone else. So it's this sort of time where they check out that other image. And that's where the light bulb goes on. That's when they figure out, that's me in front of the mirror. And then they show this third stage where they're actually using the mirror to view themselves. So they may open their mouths really wide and look inside their mouths, or put their eye right up against the mirror and look at parts of their body they can't see. And then what most people do, and this was spearheaded by the person who did the work with chimps, Gordon Gallup, he marked them with a non-toxic mark that the animals could wipe right off. So we've marked dolphins with a mark, and they will, and if they understand it's themselves, beyond showing self-directed behavior, which is indication in and of itself, they'll race to the mirror, orient that part of their body that's marked right to the mirror to take a look at it. And that's another way of confirming that it's themselves. But it's that self-directed behavior, that looking at oneself, that is so compelling. And the mark test further verifies it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that is absolutely fascinating. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing that they're doing it, and we're seeing this in very young animals now, and it's just remarkable when you see that kind of intelligence, that spark. And again, we are not alone on this planet as thinking creatures. The world is abound with other animals that need us to protect them.
Well, that's a great statement to close out the interview, and you couldn't do any better than that, I think. But Diana, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the program, and it was a great pleasure and an honor because, I mean, I am like a huge dolphin fan. Living here in Florida, there's nothing like driving across the bay and you look out into the bay and you see the dolphins swimming and jumping out through the water. It's absolutely gorgeous. I
just flew back from Tampa. We were at a big our International Marine Mammal Conference, and I was just talking there, and there was a dolphin right outside the conference center. So that was a thrill for us to see.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great book, and people can find out all about dolphins and The Dolphin in the Mirror, of course, in this book, The Dolphin in the Mirror. And again, it's available in bookstores, available online. Diana Reiss is the author. Diana, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Thank you, Diana.
That's Diana Reiss. She's the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror, a great book. You can find it in bookstores. You can find it online. Like I said, we do have another book to give away, so if you call right now at 866-606-TALK, the book is yours. It's put out by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. 866-606-8255. This is Talkin' Pets.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
It's the holidays at PetSmart, so come one and all. There are hundreds of gifts for pets big and pets small. Toys only at PetSmart, so special and new. They'll love the gifts. You'll love the value. Hurry to PetSmart today for your very best friend and save 30 to 50% before the holiday ends.
The holidays are just around the corner. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. So shop early and save money. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart today.
Dyson.
The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to PetLifeRadio.com/Dyson. PetLifeRadio.com/Dyson to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson. Music to your ears.
Hi, this is Ken Jones from the Prince of Ponds podcast. The frogs are shaking the shakers, the turtles are hitting the slapsticks, and the koi are blowing the trumpets. It's party time here at Prince of Ponds. Out under the swaying palm trees, the pond fairies are kicking up their heels and spinning in delight in the twilight. Here on Pet Life Radio, it's time to celebrate the magic of ponds, waterfalls, fountains, and water gardens at the Prince of Ponds podcast.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
With this hour's Talking Pets news from the USA Today, here's your host, Jon Patch.
Out of Louisville, Idaho, a man was killed when two large hail bays fell on him while he was feeding livestock. Jefferson County spokeswoman Mikey Ames and said Rick Davis, 47 years old, went out to feed the animals Monday when the 1-ton hay bales fell and trapped him. You always got to be careful.
Out of Jackson, Mississippi, the state's first cat and dog felony abuse law is not doing the job, some say, pointing to the recent case of a hoarder discovered with about 200 dogs, many starving. Under the law, only one charge of animal cruelty can be brought, and because it was the hoarder's first offense, she could have been charged with a misdemeanor only. The Clarion Ledger reports no one has been charged with a felony of the law since it was signed in April 26th.
In Portland, Oregon, Fiona Petra said someone stole two of her pet rabbits and left a note saying they'd be in better hands. In their place was a note from the Halo League. That's HALO, stands for Helping Animals Live Outside. One of the rabbits, named Truly, was found by a woman who recognized her from a news report about the theft.
In St. Louis, Missouri, state food pantries can expect the arrival soon of what has become a seasonal offering, venison. The annual Share the Harvest program gives Missouri hunters an opportunity to donate deer to be processed and sent to more than 300 food banks. Last year, about 5,700 hunters took deer to food banks, providing more than 300,000 pounds of meat. John?
Out of Frankfort, Kentucky, opening day of bear season will come a week early this year. Stephen Dobie, bear program coordinator for the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources, says the 2-day hunt in Harlan, Lecter, and Pike counties will be the second weekend of December. The department hopes the earlier date will avoid snowstorms and increase the success of hunters.
In Rutland, Vermont, the U.S. Forest Service is offering Christmas trees from Green Mountain National Forest for $5. The permits can be purchased at any of the Forest Service offices here and in the Manchester Center, Middlebury, and Rochester. Trees cut on Forest Service land cannot be more than 20 feet tall. John?
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. We welcome your calls and questions at 866-606-TALK. We do have another book to give away, and that's called The Dolphin in the Mirror, Compliments of Diana Reiss, the author. It's out on shelves right now in all your major bookstores and online as well. Coming up, joining us is Rob Atkinson, the CEO of the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee. We're going to be speaking with him about his sanctuary, so stay tuned for that. But check us out on the web at talkinpets.com, Talkin pets.com. This is Talkin' Pets. Happy holidays.
From Coney Island to the Sunset Strip, somebody's gonna make a happy trip tonight while the moon is bright. He's gonna have a bag of crazy toys to give the gauntest of the girls and boys. So dig, Santa comes on big. He'll come a-calling when the snow's the most, when all your cats are sleeping warm as toast, and you're gonna flip when old Saint Nick takes a lick on a peppermint stick.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. Happy holidays. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
866-606-TALK is the number, 866-606-8255. We were just speaking with Diana Reiss. She's the author of The Dolphin in the Mirror. Great interview, by the way, and she's doing a lot of justice there for the Dolphins. We do have a copy of her book, so if you call right now and speak with Matt, our producer, we're going to send you out a copy of that book. 866-606-TALK. That's 866-606-8255. So pick up the phone and give us a call. And once again, you are listening to Talkin' Pets, and we want to talk with you. All the information about Diana Reiss and all, and everything that's going on the show today is available on our website at talkinpets.com, Talkin pets.com, talkinpets.com, and you'll see it in the news banners. Also coming up, there's information, of course, on the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee, and I believe we have Rob Atkinson, the CEO, online. Rob, are you with us?
I am indeed. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, I want to introduce you to our veterinarian here, our expert, Jared Lazarus.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
And, of course, our producer, Amanda Page.
Hi there.
Hi, Amanda.
Now, basically, I want to find out, first off, before we get into what the Elephant Sanctuary is, I'd like to find out a little bit of what's going on. I saw you on CNN, actually, which I am an avid watcher of CNN. And I did see you on there talking about the Ringling Brothers Circus, and it's true, right? They're being sued or being fined for, I should say fined, for $270,000?
That's right. Yeah, the USDA fined them $270,000 for, well, you know, it's going through the USDA reports, there's a whole catalogue of things that the USDA on numerous investigations brought to the attention of Ringling Brothers, with sick elephants made to perform, animals getting injured, lots of sort of details like lots of jagged edges that hadn't been attended to, wheelbarrows being used to both take meat to tigers and also to collect their feces, which is just awful. Certainly with the elephants, an elephant that has had discharge from her vulva, and that the USDA felt that hadn't been properly attended to. Another little elephant who was lame, and there'd been no proper diagnosis, even though she'd been lame for many, many months. And I think the impression I'm getting is that the USDA just thought enough was enough. You know, this has been going on. There are lots of warnings to do things about it, and they haven't done anything about it. And so they've hit them with this huge fine. It's the biggest in history, in fact, under the Animal Welfare Act.
You know, we just recently had Bob Barker on the show with us a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about he was in Washington D.C. trying to get a bill passed and trying to help.
he's a bit of a hero, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
a dear friend, and love him a lot, and he works very hard at that. He's a huge animal lover.
Yeah, he's a great man. He puts his money where his mouth is.
He really does.
I really appreciate what he's doing, and this act is well. Let's just hope it has some wings and takes off and becomes law. I'd really like that.
I gotta ask you your opinion. There was the movie that came out with the guy from Twilight, actually, Rob Pattinson, and I'm trying to think, The Elephant in the Water, or I think it was The Elephant in the Water. Was that it?
Water for Elephants.
Water for Elephants. That's it. And I actually did see it, and I thought it was a well done movie. But they show one one instance there where the trainer is working with the elephant with a bull hook, and I don't know, you saw the film?
I regret I haven't, but I'm very, very familiar with bull hooks.
And basically at that night, they take the elephant into a train, and that's how they travel with these animals, by train or whatever, sometimes by truck. But this elephant's laying there and bleeding from the side, and they show just the reaction between the actor and the elephant at that time, and it's just so touching and emotional the way this elephant's looking at the human being, and it almost felt like he's saying, why? Why are you treating me this way?
Yeah, I mean, the elephant's emotions, pretty much, I mean, there's always dangers with animals, isn't there, of over-anthropomorphizing. Having said that, elephants' capacities for emotions are pretty well the same as humans, in terms of their capacity for grief, for mourning, for their need for friendship, their need for love. They stay closer to each other than humans do. I mean, they never leave each other's sides. We go into separate bedrooms to sleep or go off for weekends, but they don't. I mean, they just stay together forever. And it wouldn't at all surprise me if some of these elephants just had some sort of lack of comprehension. Why would you do this? This is, I thought you were my friend, and now I've been hurt. That wouldn't be beyond an elephant by any manner of means.
It was interesting. One day, I've been doing the show for 21 years, and about a couple of years ago, actually, I got asked to go tour one of the facilities. Basically it was Ringling Brothers. And I turned it down because I said, I don't want to take the typical tour. I don't want to be followed around by someone and saying, oh, this is what happens in this. I don't want to see all of what we're supposed to see. I want to go behind the scenes and have freedom to go where I want to go. And, of course, I was told, you're not invited.
No, I think the same happened to some of the USDA inspectors. From looking at the reports, there was quite a lot, they weren't allowed to talk to various members of staff, and I think that's the impression I got, was that the USDA just had enough.
Well, I mean, I applaud the fact that they are being fined for that amount of money, and maybe that's actually not enough, but it would be nice to see one day where the circuses out there, or maybe like Circus Soleil, where they didn't have animals and it was just humans that were performing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big supporter of the circus without animals. As you can hear from my accent, I come from England. I used to live in a seaside town. The circus would come every year, and I would always go. And I think it's a wonderful tradition, and they just don't need animals in it. And it's so difficult to cater for animals. I mean, these abuses under the Animal Welfare Act, not looking after them, none of that has to happen. And animals don't have to be abused or ignored or neglected in any way. But that aside, the circus environment, it's just so difficult to cater for an animal like an elephant. I mean, they walk for tens of miles. They eat tens of different species of food. They can recognize the calls of 200 other different elephants and distinguish between them. I mean, their social society is immensely complex, and yet in a circus they have to chain them up, and they have to transport them, and they have to make them perform. It just doesn't allow them to be elephants. It doesn't allow them to express their full elephant nature, and can't do it, I'm afraid.
Well, they're truly the dinosaurs of our age, and when they're so huge. But when you're the Elephant Sanctuary, which you're the CEO of, this is located actually in Tennessee. Is it Hohenwald?
Hohenwald, Tennessee. That's right. We're about 85 miles southwest of Nashville.
And you do have, for what I think I understand, it's one of the largest facilities of its kind in the country, correct?
Oh, it's the largest. It's the largest natural habitat. We have our colleagues and friends over in California and the Performing Animal Welfare Society have another huge sanctuary, but they look after other animals as well as elephants. Bless them for what they do. We just concentrate on elephants here. We have a lot of woodland pastures. We have a 24-acre lake. It's pretty wild, creeks and ponds and a lot of freedom for the elephants. And more important than space, even more important than space, is just that they can do the things that nature intended them to do. They can occupy their brains with finding and manipulating and eating food. I mean, food is a big deal to elephants. They eat very huge quantities of low-quality food, and it takes them a long time to find it and prepare it and eat it and digest it. And their whole biology, their whole lifestyle is built around that sort of bulk intake of low quality fodder. When I say low quality, I mean low in calories. You know, it's not nutrient dense, and that's what their lives are like. They're kind of slow time, and that's what we give them the opportunity to do here. And the other thing, as well as having a natural way of finding food, is that they can live together with other elephants. They can choose their friends. They can get away from elephants if there's aggression, which they can't, for instance, in a small zoo. Here, they can just go away until everything calms down, and then they can come back and be friends again.
Rob, don't go away. We're going to come right back with Rob Atkinson. He's the CEO of the Elephant Sanctuary located in Tennessee. What's your website there, Rob?
www.elephants.com. Best website in the world. What a great address we have.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's easy enough.
I know.
Elephants.com. Check it out. And I want to ask you a little bit about, you have a webcam on there as well, and we'll get into that when we come back. Once again, you are listening to Talkin' Pets. Happy holidays out there. We're speaking with Rob Atkinson. If you have any questions, give us a call at 866-606-TALK. That's 866-606-8255. Once again, I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
866-606-TALK. You can check out the Elephant Sanctuary at elephants.com. That's their website. This is Talkin' Pets.
Talkin' Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/lucky, LUCKY, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
Celebrate your special occasion and give her this classic semi-eternity band created with 1-carat brilliant diamonds, channel set in 14-carat white gold. Exclusively yours from ice.com. Free shipping over $150, free returns, and 30-day money-back guarantee.
Go to ice.com and use promo code ACTFP and get 20% off your purchase, or use promo code ADTFP and get 20% off at diamond.com, ice.com, or diamond.com. Get 20% off from Pet Life Radio.
Thinking about buying a monkey? How about a ferret or a skunk? Then check out the show that will answer the burning questions: where do you get them? What do you feed them? How do you take care of them? And most of all, what were you thinking? With exotic pet expert and author Bob Tart. Every week on demand from PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
A follow-up story has a happy ending. With a Talking Pets news brief, I'm Amanda Page. You may remember the story that we did about a Southern California woman who stood on a busy street corner in La Jolla wearing a bikini to draw attention to her lost dog. Well, she has been reunited with her pet. 20-year-old Arlene Corona stood on the corner in her bikini and pumps for 6 days last week, seeking the public's help in finding her chihuahua named Chipetta. Corona had Chipetta for 5 years and said she stands out on the corner every day until her precious pup will come home. Finally, someone called Corona and told her about a woman who had the dog, and reunited was arranged. Corona says she plans to get the dog microchipped in case the dog ever disappears again. Reporting for Talking Pets, I'm Amanda Page.
Sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
Happy holidays to everybody out there listening to Talkin' Pets. We wish you a very safe and happy holiday season. 866-606-TALK is the number, 866-606-8255. We're speaking with Rob Atkinson. He's the CEO of the Elephant Sanctuary. Their website is www.elephants.com. And Rob, I got to ask you, based on the song that Mandy just brought us back in with, the Christmas song with the weather and so on and so forth. How do the elephants deal, like in Nashville area and in Tennessee with the harsh weather?
They vary, but generally elephants quite like a bit of cold weather, a bit of snow. They like playing in it. It seems to bring out the kid in them. But they are tropical animals, and they can't really cope with long periods of cold weather. So we have heated barns up here, and solar heated, and they have underground heating as well, and so they come in whenever it's cold. And elephants are also pretty good at looking after themselves. I mean, with our spacious environment, they can find little valleys, and they can get under trees, and they can get themselves tucked away.
Yeah, I want to see you try to fit a sweater on one of those guys.
I know.
And speaking of sea, I understand that you can actually watch a webcam that you guys have there set up that you can watch the elephants?
You can. You go onto our webcams. If you just log on to elephants.com, you'll find the webcam icon up in the top right corner, and you can click on it, and hopefully you'll see some elephants. We have 14 cameras scattered around the grounds, and we do our best to try and keep the elephants in view on the cameras, but with our thick woods, they sometimes get out of view, and so sometimes viewers we'll just have to wait a while before they can see an elephant, but that's all part of the fun.
That's pretty cool. You also have a YouTube channel too, right?
We do. Yes, we're all linked up to YouTube. Yeah.
So YouTube.com/Elephant Sanctuary TN for Tennessee. So Elephant Sanctuary TN. And also,
thank you, that's the one.
With is it true that like a health risk to these big guys is TB?
Yeah, TB is one of the. I mean, elephants have all sorts of welfare problems in captivity. They generally really don't do well in captivity. They need the kind of space that the wild can give them, and that we try to give them. But TB is one of the diseases which far more common in captivity than it is in the wild. We're not sure exactly what the figure is, but it's in the region of 15% of elephants in captivity have tuberculosis, and it's the human form of tuberculosis. So there's potential for a health risk to humans there as well. The species can catch it off each other.
How many elephants?
Go on.
How many elephants do you have right now at the
we have
Sanctuary?
14. We have 14.
14.
And, we specialize in treating tuberculosis. We're already a world leader in treating tuberculosis, and we're going to emphasize that with our new veterinary care center, which is our appeal at the moment. Looking for money to build up our veterinary care center. We're naming it after Lota. Lota was a sweet and lovely elephant who died of TB. She wasted away and died, and we're going to name the veterinary care center in her honor. And there we're going to be looking on not only looking after our elephants, but also trying to develop ways of treating tuberculosis that we can help other people who have TB elephants as well.
And you're a 501c3 nonprofit corp, so I mean, if people want to donate, they can actually, as a charity, donate to the Elephant Sanctuary, correct?
Absolutely, they can. Yes, it's clear the ways on the website how you can donate. You can become a member. You can feed an elephant if that's the way you'd like your money to be spent. That's absolutely fine. There is elephant endowments if you have a particular fondness for a specific elephant, which many of our supporters do. Then you can sponsor a specific elephant, and there are all sorts of ways in which you can help the elephants.
What's the average lifespan of an elephant?
That's a very good question. Elephants in captivity, the eldest one was an Asian elephant who died when he was 79. That was in Asia, and he was in a temple. I don't know exactly how long they live in the wild, but they can certainly live into their 70s.
Wow.
In captivity, you're talking about half that period, literally half that period. They don't live anything like as long as they do in the wild. And you think about what the wild is full of: lions, tigers, hyenas, that kind of thing. So why does captivity induce these premature deaths? And it's because it's such an inappropriate environment that it induces huge stress and makes them very vulnerable to all sorts of illnesses and diseases. And the young the breeding is really difficult as well. The breeding success of captive elephants is very, very low. Elephants are kind of telling us that they don't really want to be held captive generally. That's what they're saying.
Well, it'd be nice, actually, if we can keep them in the wild, but with, poaching and, human encroachment, it's really tough to do that. Rob, I want to thank you so much for joining us in this segment of the program, and I wish you the best with the Elephant Sanctuary. I hope you keep up with this. Any news releases that you have or anything, we'll post them on our website for you and all, and if we can help out in any way, please let us know.
I'm very grateful. Thank you. And thank you to all your listeners. Please tune in to www.elephants.com and see what you can see. We'd like to have you.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Happy holidays. That's Rob Atkinson, the CEO of the Elephant Sanctuary. Their website is elephants.com. If you want to check them out, there's cameras on there. You can watch the elephants at any time. Pretty cool. Well, once again, I'm Jon Patch.
I'm Dr. Jared Lazarus.
And Amanda Page.
It'd be nice to see all the elephants and everything taken out of the zoos, or not the zoos, but the circuses and all, and just get them out of there as performing animals and put them back in what could be their natural environment. And it sounds like the Elephant Sanctuary is doing a great job there. It's a huge facility. Big. 866-606-TALK is our number. Happy holidays to all of you out there. Thanks for joining us in this hour of the program. Don't forget the Dolphin in the Mirror with Diana Reiss, and help out the Elephant Sanctuary. This is Talkin' Pets.
Let's Talk Pets. Every week on demand. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.